Hey guys, it's Cameron here with Emerson House Buyers. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things I would never do again, things that have really helped me out, and take questions from you guys. I'm real interactive. I want to interact with you guys. If you're looking for your first deal or your next deal, I think you'll find a lot of the stuff that I talk about to be beneficial. It's what has allowed me to build a sizable rental portfolio in a little over 2 years. Well, you know, about 2 years, we'll say. And yeah, I just want to give back and help you guys. And I think, like I said, I think I can share some of the things that some of the things I share will be beneficial for you as they were for me, or things I wish I would have learned or known early on. So I took a question, or I'm taking a question today. I'm going to talk through about following up with unmotivated leads. The question is, do you follow up with unmotivated leads? If yes, how often? What percentage of your deals have come from following up with leads that were unmotivated when they first called you? Now, great question, because I would say that a majority of success in real estate comes with follow up. I have had very, very, very few deals that have come from the initial buy or initial conversation. Boom, let's sign a contract. Very rarely does that happen. So my strategy, just what I do, is probably a better way to do this. This is what has helped me. I follow up. So they call Pat Live. If you guys want to look at the Pat Live script, that's on another video. They call Pat Live. I get some information, then I get an email with all the calls. I go back, I research some of those beforehand, talk to the clients, and then get a kind of an idea of what repairs need to be done, and then make a preliminary offer and say I can do somewhere in this $10,000 to $20,000 range, depending upon how big of a project it might prove to be. When they say yes, let's go out and look at the property, I go do that. But after that, sometimes they say they want to think about it. Sometimes you give them the offer and they don't want to, you give them the range and they say, we're not interested. I say, okay, when would you like for me to follow back up with you? I totally understand. What were you looking for? You try to get an idea where they're at. Sometimes you're 10,000 off, sometimes you're 30,000 off. I always put them on the list to follow up with later. There comes a time when your service isn't beneficial to these people, and I've spoke about this on another video. If you're a true a real estate investor and not acting as a realtor, then you need to pass some of these people on to a realtor or get your realtor's license and handle them that way. I don't think it's beneficial to pound the square block through the round hole. If you're trying to get these people that really need a realtor, trying to make them fit in the investor model that you have, you're setting yourself up for disaster, headaches, and not doing what's best for the client. So if they truly have the time, they don't have the motivation, don't try to create it for them. I mean, share with them what you have to offer and the benefits, and you got to tell them how much time, how much effort are you willing to trade for some of this cash. And that's really what our clients are about. They want to trade time and convenience for money, and the money comes in the form of our offer. And then we have to make a little bit of money because we got to get this stuff together quickly. If they're not motivated, they don't care. I mean, I put them on a list, but I'll follow up with them a few times, and then at some point you just got to say, hey, I don't think we're a good fit. I think this person would be perfect for you to talk to. And like I said, I mentioned this before, set up a referral fee with them. I'm not going to belabor that point because I have already talked about that in another video. So I will make this preliminary offer to people and then follow back up with them if they're not interested every week, once a week for about 3 or 4 weeks. And then if they tell me, hey, I'm looking to sell, I'm not going to look to sell now, maybe in 6 months or so, maybe in the spring. I say, okay, when would you like for me to speak with you? And if they say the spring, I'll put down the spring. If they say, well, I don't know, follow up with them maybe a couple months before the springtime, just so we're all on the same page. So I can, if somebody else comes in, I'm kind of ahead of the game. If they told them the spring as well, I'm ahead of it. So follow up on a weekly basis. Sometimes you get nothing. And then I start following up on a monthly basis. And really, I do that now indefinitely. Before, I would do it for three weeks straight, and then a few months straight, and then stop. Now I follow up indefinitely because I've had deals that my initial contact has been of over a year. I've been following up with somebody every month for a year, and then out of the blue get a call, hey, our situation changed, we need to sell. We got somebody who got sick, we're moving, we want to change schools, we had problems selling a house, we couldn't sell it on the open market, what will you give us now? I want to be in before school starts. I got to be in this new school district. Whatever it is. Falling behind on my mortgage, it's becoming too much of a problem. What can you do for me? And those situations, it's unbelievable. You follow up with somebody for almost a year and then you get it. So I would say never quit following up. Until they tell you, do not call me again, I follow up. And then when you tell them, hey, I'm sorry, I thought I could help you out, or that you needed a service that we provide, and I just wanted to follow up. Who can, what service are you looking for? Would it be best to refer you over to a good realtor that we have? Would that be useful to you? Speak with them. Talk to my program, but don't try to pressure these people into the investor block, because to me, it's unethical. I was with some of you trying to get my first deal, hungry, wanted every deal, but some of these people it's not right for. You just got to move on. We're targeting a very, very small group of people that sell their houses. There are thousands and tens of thousands of houses that are sold every year in Houston, and we're targeting a very small section of that in the thousands. So, that's really it. I don't have a percentage of the deals that come from follow-up. If I had to guess off the cuff, I would say that it would be over 80 to 85%. I would say maybe north of that, close to 90%. Between 80 and 90% of my deals come from the follow-up. So, I follow up, to answer your question, I follow up with them until they tell me to stop, every month, until they tell me to quit calling them. And more frequently, if I knew they were going to sell in the spring, I'll follow up with them on a weekly basis. If I call them in the spring, say March, and they don't answer, instead of calling them in April, I will call them every week after that until they answer. And it might go 3 or 4 weeks. Like I said, I've called people for almost a year and then followed up and bought their house. So that's really that, guys. I hope that helps. To be honest with you, if you believe that you're doing these people or these sellers, the clients, if you're truly adding value through your service, you should try to get a hold of them all the time, because if you're ethical, that you don't want somebody else unethical to take advantage of these people. If you truly are adding value through your service, you should want to follow up with them. You should want to close the deal with them, because doing so would be unethical on your piece. When you think about it that way, you can really, really, really get into this and start adding value to people. Because, and again, if you're not adding value, you move on. You refer them to somebody else and move on. Focus your energy on those people. Great book to read. Recommendation, 80/20, Sales and Marketing, by Perry, I think I got it right here, by Perry Marshall. I'll show it to you guys. So this book, fantastic on getting rid of the clients that don't fit your model and focusing on the clients that do add a lot of value to you. It's very interesting. 80/20, Sales and Marketing. There's a couple other 80/20 books. It's Pareto's Principle. Very interesting. Didn't think I was going to mention that, but come to think of it, it's pertinent for this conversation. So Guys, hope that helped. If it didn't, let me know. If it did, let me know. Give me some feedback. Interact with me, even though you might not like it. Sometimes I like to talk and like to help you guys out and do what I can. So um, please, if it was valuable, share it with somebody. If it wasn't, let me know what I can do to help you out. Keep asking questions. I love the engagement. I love the feedback. It lets me know that that somebody is out there listening. Okay, guys. Thanks. See you next week.